strangely enough, here's a question for both of you then. There is more and more tennis on the television than there's ever been. But do you think those type of players at the club actually watch it? Because they don't seem to pick any of this up.
I think certain people do and certain people don't. Like, I've known some really good players who, juniors or even adults, who you ask them a tennis question, they don't have a clue. Like, they couldn't even tell you who some of the players in the top 10 are. Like, not, they've never even heard of them, but they're good players. Whether that kind of makes them less likely to have a feel for tennis, I don't know. And then you get other people who just from a young age just absolutely love it, and they know, the top 100 women's doubles rankings or something. Yeah. But I don't know, again, whether it's kind of dwindled in the sort of modern era, if there's fewer people who kind of have that sort of real sort of feel for wanting to get knowledge of everything and all the stats and stuff like that, or if it's...
Yeah, I think there's a tendency now for people to want sound bites, they want 5-second chunks of things, they want highlights in 3 or 4 minutes. I think one of the big things that Andy, Jamie and Gordon's success has brought is loads and loads of people interested in tennis, Murrinators groups and Andy Murray fan club and so on Facebook. If these people came and watched Alan playing County Week, they'd probably think it was as good as top level ATP.
Absolutely.
They couldn't tell the difference. They couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah, there's probably a little bit of truth in that. It actually reminds me of quite a funny story from years ago, when I was traveling with Jamie in 2009, I think this was, and he was down the rankings a bit. It was after he played with Max Martin. He was playing with Jamie Delgado, and they played this challenger in Trani in Italy. And they ended up playing the semis against do you remember Kollerer, the Austrian guy who got banned for life for just basically being a complete clown?
Yeah.
But anyway, he was in the doubles, and his partner, one of them got injured, and so they came to Jamie and Delgi before the match and said, "Look, guys, just to let you know, I'm injured and we can't play full out, so it's going to be a bit, but we're going to go on the court, so to get the money and stuff, fair enough. But just to let you know, fine." And so they played the match, and like basically most of the match was played in the service boxes, like little touch things and stuff. Like quite entertaining, but obviously not a real match. It was kind of it was like a sort of exhibition match almost. And like after the match, like loads of people kind of came up to Jamie and Delgi afterwards and said, "Oh, loved it. Yeah, great match, brilliant, fantastic. Really enjoyed it. That was quite a big crowd and stuff." It just shows you like people want to be entertained. Obviously, that not everyone's an expert, but it was kind of like a bit of an eye opener. Like, because I was sitting at the side of the court just thinking, "What is going on here?" It was so kind of different from anything you would normally see in a full on match.
Yeah.
So it was a kind of bit of a lesson, like and probably we can learn from it to some extent, in terms of how to make the product better. It doesn't always have to mean that, you're maximizing how good the tennis is. It might be a bit more about the presentation or the kind of the way you deliver it.
Yeah. Do you watch Barami?
Yeah, I always
enjoy that.
I wouldn't like seek him out over an actual competitive match, because like you've seen most of the stuff that he does quite a few times, but he's incredibly skillful, and like he is great to watch live, especially with all his chat and stuff, and he does a great job with it. But yeah, like sometimes exhibitions are hard to get the balance right. Like they're always good when he's involved, but sometimes again, like you can be watching it and thinking, are people enjoying this? But actually, more often than not, they're loving it. So I guess it's one area it's hard to.
It's not my cup of tea.
Not
Yeah.
not mine. I remember being at Wimbledon.
Or in tennis and used to want to watch like fully competitive tennis and can really quickly feel the difference and understand when someone's not like playing to absolutely, leave it all out on the court. They're trying to help each other to have longer rallies and stuff. It can be a bit jarring, but
Yeah. Remember John Walker, the athlete, used to say, I can't bluff. If I go out and race Steve Ovett and we do a mile in 4:10, in an exhibition race, people know they've been shortchanged. He said, but other sports, like in tennis, McEnroe can play corners and they can mess around a bit, and everyone says it was a great match. But I remember being at Wimbledon, I was on centre court or number 1 court and being really shortchanged because I was watching Lubicic playing doubles with his baby in his arms, and I'm sure Mark Petchey was playing, and everyone was just messing around, and I actually left.
someone always gives the racket to the ball kid, and
That's right. Yeah.
it's much entertainment. It can get a bit frustrating sometimes.